Hello everybody. Get my headset sound going. Okay. We are right at noon. Welcome everybody. I gotta get myself an appropriate amount away from the screen here. Let's do a quick sound check. Who's ever on, if you would type in, let me know that you can hear me. Hey, Pablo, I know you just came on. Just doing a quick sound check. You or Matt, is this thing on? People still joining. People still joining. Hey, somebody confirm that this is on, please. Go ahead and type on there that you can hear me. Just doing a quick sound check. Lots of people coming on. Nobody. Okay, I'm going to go with okay, meaning you can hear it. Perfect. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you, Matt. All right, everybody. So welcome to episode 3 of The Real Deal with Dan Smith. Last week I had on my Crater Lake, Oregon, Crater Lake National T-shirt, National Park T-shirt. Today I've got on a Yosemite National Park T-shirt. Going to see if I can not duplicate the T-shirts for the next, 30 episodes or so. And by then, hopefully, I will have seen some more national parks and have even some more new shirts. So today's topic was going to be on, and you know what? Last week was great. I really enjoyed doing it at the beach. Kind of a loud place to do it, as it turned out. But it was kind of fun being outside. And my intention was to be outside someplace today, but it is hot as hell outside right now. We're having like a heat wave, and so it's over 100 degrees. And I would be like sweating and panting and wet probably if I was outside today. So we decided to come inside and just do it in the boardroom, and where, well, I wasn't really hot and sweating, and I could keep a cold drink in front of me. So today's topic was going to be on to-dos of leaders, okay? Because leaders have certain traits, and a lot of you have people who look up to you. A lot of you have people who work under you. A lot of people would like to have a team. A lot of people would like to grow a team, and having a team is not one-sided. Lesson learned, by the way, when you're hosting a live stream, you should probably charge your battery first, because I just got my 20% warning on my phone. Good to know. Well, all these growing pains doing something new. It's hot there, 108 degrees. Ouch. Having a team is not one-sided. It's not about you having a team so you can make money off of a team. Although that is the end goal for most people, it doesn't work if you don't provide leadership. It doesn't work if you don't act as a leader. It can't just be a take relationship. There has to be something given as well. And leadership is not all of what needs to be given, but it is some of what needs to be given. So I wanted to kind of do a Q&A with everybody today. This is going to make you have to participate, by the way, or this will be sort of a boring episode. But I want to talk about all of you. In your life, you've probably been exposed to leaders. Leaders that you've loved, leaders that you hated, leaders that didn't really lead you at all and were just kind of there. We don't call those leaders. We call that middle management probably. And so I wanted you guys and gals, you can start typing now while I finish this thought, to tell me what are some of the greatest leadership traits you've ever seen for people you've been around, whether they were your leaders or even other people's leaders. What are some of the greatest leadership traits you've ever been around and seen and have motivated you, inspired you, excited you? Share with the group, please, what those things are. I would prefer this to be interactive, right? Not just a lecture. This is not a webinar lecture for the masses, okay? Facebook Live is about engagement. It's about communicating back and forth. It's not about just watching Dan talk. It's about engaging. It's about sharing. So please tell me, what are the leadership traits that you guys and gals have seen in the past and that you really like? Okay, so Lolly, I think, put on there caring. Okay, they're caring. And Walt put honesty. Walt said honesty. Thank you for that, Walt. So we like our leaders to care. We like them to be honest. Best person, Joe Capriotti. I don't know who that is, but apparently he was very caring, since that came from Lolly. What else? There's a bunch of you out there, 13, 14 of you right now watching. Please participate, share, tell each other what you think the greatest leadership traits are. Because if you want to be a leader, your own perception is only your own reality. It'd be very interesting to hear what others have to say and what their perception is, what their reality is, because that might give you something to change as well. Frank said you'd like leaders to be knowledgeable. Okay. I have a quote here. Andre Hook said, develop their people. Matt says, I'm driving. Matt, that's a poor excuse. If you're driving and you're able to type, I'm driving, then you ought to be able to type best leadership qualities you've seen. You can't do one or the other. You have to do one or the other. You can't type and just type that you can't type. Here's a quote, and I shared it somewhere recently, and I kind of butchered it, but I want to read it today, so I have it right. And this is kind of a leadership quote for me. There's a couple of them out there. John Quincy Adams has a great one, but here's one of them. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. And I think great leaders involve those around them. Andre said develop their people. Matt, I'm driving. Laura said they're inspiring. Lolly says great listeners. Okay. So how about, and keep them coming. Oh, wow, 10%. I'm going to have to get creative because video is blowing through my battery. So we are no longer going to be stationary. Sorry about that, everybody. It is now going to be a handheld session where I can be plugged in. Unfortunately, if you guys know what an iPhone looks like, I can't set the phone down now, right? Because the cord goes on the bottom. And so there's no really that way it just falls over. I think, hey, maybe I can get it to stay. Let's try this. All right, we'll try this, and maybe I'll have to back up some so get it back onto the camera. Okay, good. Open lines of communication and clearly setting goals and responsibilities. Matt says, figured out how to use Siri and talk to text while he's driving. Good job. So I think most leaders, let me get back to this, involve those around them. You know, they don't just bark out orders. You know, when you think of leaders, sometimes you might think of guys or gals in the military. And those are great leaders. You know, that's toward like a drill sergeant or just like, soldier, go do this, right? And while they are leaders, I don't think it's just giving orders. It's just not telling people what to do. It's just not being inspirational. It's not doing things for people. It's involving them in the process. And I think the more people, looking over there because I'm reading the quote to make sure I get it right, telling them isn't going to make that happen because they will forget. All right, we're back. One of these days, I'm going to find a spot that actually keeps my connection the whole time. Hasn't happened yet, but I will be working on it. All right, so where did I leave off? Teach them and they remember. But you know how that is. Sometimes you remember at the wrong time. You remember 15 minutes after the situation happened, and it's too late because you needed to remember while it was happening. Okay? And then welcome Mel. Welcome Nina, Northern California, coming on. So then we've got involve me and I learn. And the more you involve those around you, the more they're going to learn. And the more they learn, they're not going to have to remember. It's just going to become ingrained in them. They're not going to forget, right? Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. If they can learn, if you're being a leader and you can work with those around you to actually learn, then how much better is that going to make life for them? How much better, since they've actually learned it now? They're not having to be told. They're involved, right? They're part of the process. They've learned from it. How much better is that going to make them? How much more confident is that going to make them? How much more success might that bring them down the road? So as leaders, we need to do a better job of involving those around us in what's going on. Not just taking credit for it, not just taking from them, if we're talking about teams, but if you're going to be a leader to people around you, then you have to give them something. One of the things you can do is involve them in everything that's going on. Give them ownership of it, right? Give them a little bit of ownership and actually make them feel as though they are part of the process. Now, people are still chiming in. That's fantastic. I would ask the next question, Yeah, thank you, Nina. The next question would be for everybody, what else? Please share. You know people, Nina, you know lots of people. I'd be real interested for you to give a quick answer to this. People that you know who you think of are great leaders. Okay, and I know my phone fell over, guys, so I'm trying to rearrange to get myself here in the screen right. People you know that are great leaders, who you look up to, who you look back in time, be it to somebody in your life today or a year ago or 3 years ago, and you're like, that person was just a great leader. I wish they were in my life more. I'm glad they're still in my life. I wish I could get them back in my life, whatever. Why? What traits did they exhibit? What got you excited? Why do you think they are a great leader? Share that with the rest of the group, please, right now. Because everybody on here, you all knew the topic was probably going to be to-dos for leaders. So let's talk about, what each other think leadership traits are, because if you weren't thinking that, yet other people are saying this is a great leadership trait and you want to be a great leader, then you need to probably consider getting outside of your comfort zone and adopting a new trait and trying something new. So if everybody would, I'm going to ask everybody on the line right now, I think we have 13, 14 people. If everybody right now would take 7 seconds and just type in, here is another, and if you've already done it, give me another one. A great trait for a leader in your world has been blank. Take 7 seconds right now and put that on here. Mike Bulbus, giving the person who shared and provided the ideas the credit they deserve. Okay, so yeah, if you come up with an idea, or someone around you comes up with an idea, 1, don't take credit for it. That would be wrong. 2, don't just run off with it and say, wow, that's a fantastic idea, and use it without giving credit to the people whose idea it was, without saying thank you, without giving them the credit and the words you use, Mike, are fantastic, they deserve. So often as leaders, I think we're so busy going, that we oftentimes forget to say thank you to somebody who gave us a spark, gave us that first, oh, that's a good idea. Now we're off to the races making it happen. Well, maybe we need to take a second to go back and say to that person, thank you for giving me that spark. Thank you for talking about that thing and giving me that idea, because it has enabled me to do so much, right? That's a great one, Mike. Unfortunately, Mike is the only person who participated in the game with participation and sharing something. I would still it's not too late, everybody take the 7 seconds and type it in right now, please. Again, one of my favorite quotes from when I was up in San Francisco a couple weeks ago, and somebody said these words, and I've really, really taken them to heart. Facebook Live, right? Here, it's not about talking. It's about interaction. It's about interaction, and we need to be interacting. Oh, here we go, Lucas. We need to be interacting on here, not just sitting and listening to Dan. Because I got to tell you, guys and gals, I am not all that interesting. Okay? So Lucas said, Neil Schwartz is somebody who I believe is a leader. He didn't actually say those words, but I'm finishing the sentence for him. Because he truly exhibits that his agents are the most important part of his organization. Nina, for some reason it did not come through. I'm sorry. I didn't see it. Last one I saw was the fist bump from you. So cool, Lucas. And then John Fell, maybe it's just on a delay. John Fell, a great leader will help a person find what they can get good at. That's a great idea. Oftentimes, as leaders, we need to help people identify their strengths and their weaknesses. I'm going up and down right now because I'm in full ADHD mode, and plus I can't sit because the camera's all messed up today. But we need to help them find out what they're good at. What are they efficient at? What are they inefficient at? And they rely on us sometimes to pay attention and give them that feedback. And if we can give them that feedback and help them discover what they're good at, what their passion is, what they are actually trying to accomplish, then, oh my goodness, how much more powerful are they going to be? How much more grateful are they going to be? And if we are living in a place where we're making those around us grateful, how much is that going to impact us? It's going to impact us so positively, it's almost hard to imagine, right? I'm going to try moving this, and I'm going to go mobile right now. Got about a 6-foot cord here, so I can move around a little bit. See if that changes, since Nina's did not come through. I'm wondering if anybody else's did not come through as well. But that's a great one, John. Lucas, agents are the important part of his organization. Whatever organization you are running, whether you are a recruiter for a company, whether you are an agent trying to run a team, whether you are an agent and not trying to run a team and just trying to be great for your clients. You know, we always talk about customer service. We spend a lot of time talking about customer service, don't we? We spend a lot of time talking about bringing value to our clients. Well, perhaps what we also need to do when we're talking about bringing value is be a leader for our clients. Don't our clients want somebody who exhibits leadership traits in their corner? Don't our clients want someone who actively is out there leading and working in their best interest and doing all the things that leaders of people do, and also doing it for them as well? Laura, let me see what you said. A great leader will push you out of your comfort zone and go beyond what you thought you could do. Yeah, that's a really great one. Comfort zone is that scary word, right? My wife's favorite saying in the whole world is success lies just outside of your comfort zone. Everything you've ever wanted in life is there waiting for you just outside of your comfort zone. And a leader will make you, in a very nice way, sometimes in a very mean way, I guess, but a leader will help push you out, will help you push the boundaries, will help you stretch, will help you grow, will help you expand and get outside of the norm and get outside of your comfort zone, right? And then when you start doing that, man, the world just opens up, the possibilities, the potentials, everything that can happen, good things, like providence, right? Like, I can't move my hand because the phone moves, but like the stars aligning. Maybe you can see the reflection. The stars aligning start to happen because you're outside of your comfort zone. You're doing things differently. Hey, Nina, it just came up. I'll get there in a second. I can see it now. You're doing things differently. And because you're doing them differently, you're outside of your comfort zone, success starts to happen. Success that you never even knew would happen. Welcome, Janine. Welcome, Nassim, to the stream today. All right, Nina, I got it this time. A great leader is someone that can motivate others to see the potential that they may not see in themselves. Sometimes all people need to be told is that they can do it. That's a really great one. How often... Somebody sent me a thing yesterday. Who was it? I apologize. I can't leave the screen to go look. But if somebody down from JK Realty in Arizona sent me a thing on Messenger yesterday that said, hey, just letting you know that you're a great dad. All right? Letting you know that you're a great dad, you do a great job, and sometimes you just need to hear it. That's what he had sent to me. And that's just an example of sometimes they just need to hear it, because we get so caught up, don't we, in everything that's going on in our lives and everything that's going around us. But as leaders, we have to realize that everybody else is having that happen to them too. It's happening not just to us, it happens to everybody. That's life. That's how it works. You don't have a Murphy's cloud hanging over your head, okay? Everybody is having issues. And sometimes people start to get, especially in this business, it can be tough. There's so many things that can happen in this business that aren't great. You know, commission checks are great, but everything we have to do to get them sometimes, not so great. And we kind of get depressed and we kind of get down. Our job as leaders is to bring those people up, those around us, those who we communicate with, who talk to us, to listen to us, to raise them up, right? To bring them up, to motivate them, to remind them that they have the potential, that they have the ability, that they have the wherewithal to accomplish what they want. They just haven't heard about it in a while. They've just forgotten about it. And we need to remind them that they can do it. We need to be that person. As a leader, we need to be the one who sometimes reminds them that it can get done. That is a great point, Nina. Lucas says a great leader has a vision that includes not just them, but all of those that they lead. That's a really good one as well, because if we're being leaders, it can't be about the three people that it's normally about. And those three people are me, myself, and I. If we're being great leaders, it cannot be about those three people. It has to be about the people themselves. It has to be about the ones that they are including. It has to be about making their worlds better. You have to come from a place of service. You have to come from a place of wanting to impact other people positively. And here's what I can guarantee you. Here's what I know in my heart of hearts. If you impact other people greatly, your life will be affected for the positive greatly in exchange. That's just how it works. Nobody goes out there in the history of ever and does a bunch of great things for other people and doesn't get a reward because of it. That's just the opposite of how it works. It's the opposite of nature. It's the opposite of the reality. If you are providing great things for people, if you are being a great leader, if you are adding great value, offering great service, giving hope, great things will come back to you. I can 100%, without a doubt, uncategorical, I just know that happens. That's a really good one, Lucas. So here's what I would like to do as we kind of get, and I'm looking at my watch here as we're kind of wrapping up here. I would encourage all of you, whether you think you are a leader or not, whether you want to be a leader or not, we can all work on our leadership skills. We can all work on our ability to lead others better, okay? And what I encourage you to do when you get off of this thing here in just about 4 or 5 minutes is take 5 minutes, pull out a piece of paper, pull out a pen, put on some music, do something, take 5 minutes, lock yourself away in this little bubble, and think about whether you're being a poor leader now, an okay leader now, or even a phenomenal leader now. Think about what could you do better than you're doing today to raise the bar. What can you do to be a better leader to those around you who know you, love you, like you, care for you, trust you, listen to you, anything and everything on that list, to be a better leader? Take 5 minutes to come up with a couple of ideas, and then take the rest of that 5 minutes to figure out a way to start implementing those ideas on a day-to-day basis. Because you're not a leader sometimes. You're not a leader on Monday afternoons from 1 till 3, everybody. If you're a leader all the time. So start figuring out a way to do a better job of being a leader for those around you in that time. I should have enough battery to make it through, then I can go back to mobile now. All right, so now I can walk around because I don't have to be plugged in. Let me see, a couple quick things. First of all, I want to ask a question of everybody, so please stay on. I'm going to ask you a question real quick in a second. Next week's topic is going to be on how valuable is our time. How do we use our time, how valuable is our time, and how we have to protect our time. That's going to be next week's topic. What I want to ask you, everybody who's on, please type right now, what other topic would you like to hear the week after that? So now's your chance. What topic would you like to hear the week after that? While you're typing, for just a quick second, let me remind you about a couple things. If you want to reach out to me, you have some ideas for the stream, anything like that, communicate with me, go ahead and email me at dan@bydansmith.com. That's B-Y, as in by, the author, dansmith.com. You can also follow me just about everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at bydansmith.com. Okay, my website, conveniently enough, is also bydansmith.com, BYDANSMITH. As of about a week ago, I've become an Inman News contributing author. So if you want to go check out Inman News on occasion and see what I am writing and what my articles and my posts are about, I'd encourage you to go do that. Inman News is just a fantastic place to read what's going on in the industry. Most definitely everything on there way more powerful than what I am writing, actually. But what I'm writing is still fun. I think it's still some great value, but man, there's some incredible pieces and tidbits of information you probably want to pick up there. Little self-promotion. Don't forget, I do have a book, Failing Greatly, available on Amazon. The name of the book is Failing Greatly. Last but not least, by the way, not a single one of you has typed yet what your idea would be. So either one, it's not coming through my feed, or two, none of you have typed what you would like the idea for 2 weeks from now for the stream to be. And then last but not least, let's not forget, I have my event in January on the 29th and 30th in Southern California, Monday and Tuesday in Laguna Hills at the Hills Hotel. And if you want to get tickets to that, just go to my website, bydansmith.com. At the very top, there'll be a little link you can click there to get more ticket information. Nina, I will definitely get you a copy of the book signed. I will bring it to you when you come down and visit us at the, hopefully everybody, we're working on this. Hopefully Nina is going to be one of our speakers, our panelists, or actually our Q&A sessions down here. Just not putting any pressure on you, Nina. No, I'm just saying. But there's a good chance that she's coming down. really trying to talk her into it. She's got some great stuff that she could share with everybody. Elmer, keeping a great mindset. Lucas will sell you one. Elmer, keeping a great mindset. Okay, there you go. That will be the topic for 2 weeks from now. But the Jumpstart, go to my website. At the very top, there's a link you can click. It's the ticket site, gives you all kinds of information, all kinds of what's it about, and where's it going to be, and all that good stuff. So make sure you go to my website to find out about that. Let's do Comfort Zone for next week. Well, next week, you're telling me I can do it. Good, see? And I saw your post yesterday, and I know what that's about, right? So I'm telling you, it's going to work out. And I think I put on there, actually, I did write on there, a year from now, you wish you would have already done it. So get going on it, make it happen. You know it's going to happen. Don't procrastinate. Get the monkey off your back. Just do it, Nina. All right, Frank, must-read Inman articles. Lucas, let's do Comfort Zone for next week. No, Lucas. Comfort Zone will be the week after the week after the week. Because next week, I've already got laid out, and it's going to be how valuable is your time. The week after that's going to be mindset. The week after that will be Comfort Zone. There are the next 3 or 4 streams that we're going to have out there. Please invite your friends, everybody. Please, when you get on here, it would be great if you hit the share button. Because you get on here and you click the share button, and a bunch of people join in right away. But also let them know it's going to be happening. I'll send out reminders as well. Next week, same time, same place, 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, episode 4 of The Real Deal with yours truly, Dan Smith. Hopefully it won't be so hot. We'll be able to do this outside on a remote location. And we're going to be covering next week, right? Next week's topic, let me make sure I get this right. How valuable is our time and how to protect it. Thank you very much for everybody who participated today. I do appreciate it. Have a great one, and we'll talk next week. Bye-bye.